Okay, welcome back, everyone. After many difficulties with our sound and music and all sorts of problems, we are here, 30 minutes late for you guys, and for us ourselves as well. But I'm Mark Anthony. I'm our game master for Paradise Rolls on Sunday mornings. This is the Arrakis Conquest, and that individual will
Hey.
introduce himself.
My name is Estes, and I am filling the role of Seth McElroy today.
As if you don't usually fill that
No,
role.
it's a lot of filling.
Yeah, there's a lot of filler in that role. I am Shars. I will be portraying Ambrose, the fairy artificer today.
Nice. CSGO guy.
I am Chris. I'm going to be playing Current the Caster.
Nice. Last but not
And
least.
I am Courtney playing Farha. I've missed all of you guys, and I'm excited to get playing today.
Awesome.
Missed you too.
Below my face is the player character Zana, who is typically portrayed by Zavi. Zavi is not here at the moment. They will be returning next week, most likely, due to some personal stuff. And then to Zavi's left is Jim Jar the Hopper, typically portrayed by Jim. He
Job.
is supposedly going to be here today. He's been having some school going on in the morning, but it should be ending soon. So, with those things out of the way, let's get ourselves into a quick recap. So, the adventurers have had themselves a good time. They have been stuck on an island that has been consistently ransacked throughout the entire campaign. They have destroyed 2 ships. 3 ships? 2 ships.
We destroyed 2, and we had 1 destroyed.
Yes, and had 1 destroyed. And upon destroying the 2nd ship, they went from the eastern coast village on this island down towards the central southern area of the island to try and stave off the impending attack they foresaw coming. And they succeeded. The privateering company kind of held off the attackers that they found in the woods right outside the village. Held them in a sort of large enchantment, including all of the villagers. They managed to grab a couple of them to gain some information out of, in a not so brutal way. It was very brutal.
It's like, are we playing the same game? Oh, man.
And then they took their captain and a couple of their privateer personnel, and went to go meet this ship head on. Swam out to sea with their 3 hippos as well, their 3 arcane hippos, that they have a bit of a barter going on with. We'll help you, you'll help us. And so went out, beat the shit out of a bunch of people on the ship.
Like you do.
Yep, found some interesting folk on there. Mainly being, they learned of some sort of human experimentation that had been going on, and saved the ship from this experiment. They then fucked our audio up.
I think it might be Courtney's mic again. Okay, try again.
I'm trying again. Okay, cool. yeah, so they got to basically keep the ship. They got on the ship. They had some of their crew keep the ship in line with the island while they went to kind of deal with any loose ends that they may have had in the village, and then found out there was a ritual going on in the third village that is to the western end. A ritual in which the people of this village speak with the island. The island being a enormous turtle. Um, yeah, and so they've heard stories, they've heard some accounts of how this ritual is not for the weak-minded to attend. If you cannot, if you can't hang, this turtle will fuck your mind, and you will be kind of basically just you'll go kind of crazy. But with a researcher amidst their group, they really felt the need to, get there and see what's going on. This island is huge. There's infestation of rot going on all over the island. They ran into a large portion of the jungle, which they learned was getting pretty gross. The trees were basically full of rot. There was no wood matter inside of the trees. It was just this nasty black tar that also let off this steam that you really couldn't see through. And they found a way to kind of get around that on their way to the Western Village to attend this ritual. You wound up going in, found out there were turtles in the trees, kind of watching you. They were pretty worried about you because you're outsiders, and the island itself isn't used to outsiders, and this village is definitely not used to outsiders at all. But you put your weapons down, you gave it to them, and
You did not like give it to them.
no, you gave it to them, put them in a box. They led you into the village, which you walked down basically a tunnel made from these vines and these trees that you had seen. They kind of reach around each other and grab on, and they almost look like they're creating this, like, I don't know, like they're making walls from these vines and branches. And so you're going through this tunnel of branches and vines, and you come out into a cavernous area filled all the way to the canopy, where all of it is kind of meshed together, almost like it was knitted or crocheted or something, with these branches. And there were different, rooms that were hanging that kind of were formed from these vines, hanging from the ceilings, and there were different lights, different colors, and it's a really cool place. And these turtles are definitely the most different of all of the ones that you've dealt with so far. They are much spikier, not Bowser. The corners of the shells actually come to points, and they all look more like, I don't know, King Kong. If you've seen the King Kong with Jack Black, they're all got like bones everywhere, and they're pierced. They have necklaces and jewelry made from bone, and they obviously like fish, so they have a lot of, fish bone related attire, which you went to a shop to purchase some. And I believe, Ambrose, you got a cool like crown.
Oh yeah, with like crab pincers.
Yep.
On
You got pincers all over, and it looks really weird on you, but
Yeah.
it's also like the way that it has been described thus far, it seems like that's what everyone's going to be looking like, or more intense, as you see like bones coming out of people's like mouths and ears and in their nose, and you found yourself a mask made from a jaguar skull, which is pretty cool because the jaw actually like will move with you, and you basically look like you're coming out of a jaguar mouth. I believe Hermit got.
I got a eel.
Yeah, Hermit is a bit of an eel catcher. So I guess the hunter becomes the prey. I don't know. But he's got this really cool looking eel face that's coming right off of his own face. All these jagged teeth coming out. He's small, so you can see his face, and it fills this thing pretty well because he is a toad. Yeah, and that is, I think, where we left off, because just in case the others who would join would want to buy themselves or find themselves anything. It's strictly just cosmetic, by the way. Farha.
I don't think I need it then if it's just cosmetic.
Okay.
Keep it practical.
Yeah, I had to trade a spell book for this shit.
I'll be the responsible one and save my money.
Oh, and you would know none of it was purchased with money.
Oh, really?
It was something that you would trade for.
I purchased mine with money.
You technically purchased yours with money, but really you purchased yours with a sweet little spell that plays music. That is super different. And the shopkeeper was super happy with it. So yeah, if you have something you want to trade, you can try to trade.
He's gonna be very disappointed when that runs out.
Meh.
Does it
I think
run
I'll be
out?
okay.
Well, it will when I reach my maximum number of infusions and I need to re-infuse something.
Yeah.
Something new. It'll stop on one of the others.
Oh man.
Luckily, it's second in line. The first one was that stupid rock that I got to play a song for Balthazar,
Oh yeah.
and he hated it, and I don't know where it is. I think he
It's just
threw it in the
somewhere in the
water or
forest.
something. Yeah, just playing music on a loop.
You walk back over to the river and you just see all these fish are just like
They're all dancing.
lured to do it.
You should do that with the scrying, or just put like under the silk. Just put a little annoying sound bite to play over and over into the soundboard.
Oh my gosh! I probably could do that to the cloth, not the actual one. Oh, that'd be brilliant.
Oh my god.
The worst elevator music ever.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Would I know? I would know Ambrose well enough at this point to know his strengths and weaknesses, as far as like mental strengths and mental weaknesses, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know that.
I know. I would know that he's like pretty susceptible to charming, or similar effects.
I'm
Or if
resistant
he
to
is.
charming
Oh, yeah.
because I'm Fae.
You would know. You wouldn't know like that necessarily unless you told him specifically, like, hey, if all Fae are resistant, or I don't know if you would have run into that situation before, where you got charmed and he didn't, and then after you were like, what the fuck, what happened? Did you do this to me? But you would know like his, not like constitution score, but like his constitution is strong due to the fact that like being on a ship for this long really does take a toll on people's mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And so like your crew is like has that like level of wit and willpower that's just a little above most people.
Okay. The latter is what I was wondering. I don't know his scores, but I'm like, I assume that he doesn't have much willpower as a player. I'm just wondering if Seth might assume the same.
I think that Seth would assume that because he also hasn't ever lost his personality as well. Like nothing is gonna change his like happy-go-lucky attitude, you know. And you've never seen anything really change it, even through Balthazar being a total asshole to him all the time.
Then that answers something for me. Thank you.
Cool. Any other questions? Any other things you might want to go take a look at? Also, did you give those daggers over to anyone?
Oh, fuck. No.
No? Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, I haven't. But as Farha, I assume, is super bored, not wanting to buy stuff, I'll just be like, hey, you want to buy a watch? Just kidding. I found something cool that you might like.
Oh, what is it?
Well, you see, it's a thing. It's actually two things that you will probably like. So here, and I'm just gonna like hand her the daggers in whatever container they come in and just like bounce away.
Sweet.
Why, thank you.
So yeah, he hands you these daggers, and they have these jewels inlaid into them. And when he hands them to you, it's one dagger. Both sides are kind of they're almost the exact same, but they can separate. And then one has I said an emerald, and the other has a ruby. And if you go into your D&D Beyond account and go to equipment, and then add equipment, you should be able to find it. They're called, just put in DUAL and it should be the only thing that pops up. Do you see dual surprise daggers?
DUAL.
Yep.
Dual. Okay. Let's see. Get here.
DUAL? That's a weird way to spell dual.
They're dual. It's like the
Dual.
two.
Okay, so I'm on my D&D
Is that really
page
spelling dual? It's two.
for my character sheet.
Otherwise,
Yeah, go into your character sheet, go to equipment or inventory, and then add equipment.
Oh, inventory, okay.
it's stupid because a duel is
And then
between two people.
Exactly.
add item.
And if you don't have, you may have some.
Yeah, it just says equipment not found.
Okay, I'll need two things from you then. After this, I will need to have a screen share session with you so that I can show you what to fix in D&D Beyond so that you can see those. And then I also, I'll talk to you about everything else later when we can do that.
Okay,
And
sounds
that
good.
should be pretty useful. Cool, but yeah, you have some ornate daggers that
Yay.
are kind of like they can, one blade can be put into the other, and it's just one whenever you want. Anyway, now you have something new. Not sure if Zavi would go find a piercer or not to put bones up in their face and fins, but we're just not going to do that for them right now. Unless they ask. And Hermit,
I mean, their face is pretty much bones.
yeah. Maybe we just put a piercing through both ears and wrap that bone around so that they're always sticking up and looking at everyone. Do something silly to him. No, we'll leave him alone. But otherwise, if you guys want to do anything else while you're here, you can. You have not too much time until the ritual starts.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to go get good seats.
I am going to use my. Wait, you don't.
What?
How were you able to get those daggers in?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, we'll say you did that earlier.
Yeah.
Because I figured you did that earlier.
Yeah, I did.
I am going to use my College of Creation to create a dagger. And I'm going to sneak it off to Farha. Be like, in case something goes wrong, I need you to have this.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know from the disarming that happened earlier, you do need to keep that hidden. I will be having you roll a series of sleight of hand checks to make sure that you keep that hidden.
Okay.
Ooh.
Enhanceability.
I know, right? That's literally what I was gonna do.
Every 6 seconds. Guidance. Guidance.
Okay.
I think.
I got 16.
I think enhanceability lasts for a while, for like a hot minute. Oh, an hour. Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So as he does that, I'm gonna. I guess it counts as a dexterity check. Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just pat her on the back or on the shoulder, and be like, "Gotta keep it hidden." But you'll be graceful just like a cat. And I'll cast Cat's Grace on her.
Nice.
Okay.
So that just means you have advantage on dex checks.
Yes,
Okay.
on your sleight of hand checks, you have advantage on it, so that'll be useful.
And also, if you fall 20 feet or less, you won't take any damage.
Ooh.
Just, as a thing.
Dogs are being weird. Okay. So let's just do the first sleight of hand check from you, actually, since you're handing it off.
Guidance.
I can do that.
I forgot how guidance works. Give me just a second. I think it's advantage, but
I think
might
it's
be
a
D4.
+4. I think it's plus D4.
Yeah, it's a D4.
Well, that's not good. Thank you.
Hi. Please don't eat my dice.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Why is he being cuddly?
Because he's a sweet boy.
You're a sweet, creepy boy.
I am a bard, though, so it's actually fine.
Yeah.
That'll be an 11.
11.
For how badly I rolled, that's actually not that bad.
So do I need to roll too?
To make his roll not so bad, I will
Who's
have,
looking?
You're making a dagger in a place you're not supposed to have weapons. No one is supposed to have weapons except for the shopkeepers. Everything is kept elsewhere.
Okay.
I don't trust them.
This is a pretty high one for you. You have advantage. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. So I do have advantage already.
Yeah.
So 18.
18. Give it to you. I'll give this one to you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so you get that kind of put it inside of your tunic or your whatever you're wearing. I don't know exactly what type of clothing you're wearing, if it's a dress or not. I don't know.
Scales.
Yeah, put it inside of your scales. I don't know.
I'm just gonna open up my scales.
Scales of holding.
Wait, are you human under there? You're just pretending to be a dragonborn.
That's my outer coat. So
Okay, yeah. So you got a weapon, and it doesn't seem like anything else is happening. Chris, anything?
No.
No. Okay. And then we'll say that you start to see a crowd amassing by the large hole that it's not exactly a hole, it's like a tunnel that goes into the ground. And you see people gathering there and starting to kind of go through. If you'd like to follow, I think your big Tortolian friend was also going to meet you.
Yeah.
And he does stand above the crowd. He is a big guy.
All right, it's call time.
I'm gonna like sneak up behind Seth and go, "Go get your legs. Go get your legs." Snip, snip.
Is there a switch nearby?
A switch?
What kind of switch are you looking?
Like a little stick.
Oh,
Oh, a stick?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gonna
you could
beat
probably
his
smack him with a stick.
Yeah. Just wrap his hands.
it's my crab claw.
Enough, be on your game.
As he hits you, I assume your eyebrows would be like, ow! Right?
Yeah, probably.
When you move your eyebrows, the pincers open and close.
Hey, Seth.
Okay, now that is pretty cool.
And I'm just gonna like start going into the crowd, just going, walking sideways through the crowd.
Okay. So yeah.
It's just a music festival down there.
Some really weird Woodstock type of situation. Everyone's dancing super fucking slow to the turtles.
As you do get close to this tunnel that's in the ground, you notice that it's extremely dark. There's no torches, no lanterns, no any sort of light. But you do see like sunlight coming through. It's very dimmed, you know, as if you're seeing sunlight in some sort of like underwater cavern through the water. So it's got that like shimmer in there, and you do get that kind of like that cool lighting effect in here that looks like the water has been lit in there. So you have a little bit of light, but it is otherwise super dark. You wouldn't really be able to make out other people's faces. Also, you're not used to turtle faces, so like, really, could you make out anyone except for the big guy? Probably not.
Even if we had dark vision?
If you had dark vision, that would work.
Okay.
I'm a little bit racist because I can't tell the difference between the turtles.
I have dark vision. I still can't tell.
How much bigger are they than me and Farha? Because I think, well, Farha, you're a little bit taller than me, right?
Farah's
Yeah.
a little taller.
Well, yeah.
You're what, 3 feet?
Yeah.
They're about 2 feet taller.
Oh, I'm taller than them?
Yeah, you're taller than them. They aren't typically tall. The one is huge.
Yeah.
The one is weirdly huge. Anyway, as you are you walk up and your new friend, he looks at you guys and he's like, dressed for the occasion. Good.
We thought it proper to abide by traditions.
And he reaches into his pouch and he pulls out this mask, and it's terrible. It's just this crab mask. And it is just like, he puts this, it's almost like just a hat. Only difference is the pincers come down and they hold onto his ears. And that's how it stays on.
Does it have the legs too? Just kind of like.
Yeah, and they're like kind of reaching out. It's terrible. His is not. It's not intimidating the way that his stature would make you believe he would, be inclined to wear. But he looks you all over. Who's first?
First to do what?
Who would be like approaching first? Who would be like a
Definitely Jim Jar.
Definitely.
Probably, yeah.
Jim Jar walks up and is annoying as fuck, as per usual.
I think I got lost.
No, I'd be right up there as well.
Okay. Yeah. He looks Jim Jar over. He kind of pats him a little bit, not like nonchalantly, and then he like pets him because he realizes he's super soft, and then he's like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, go ahead," and then he'll pat you down very slightly. You don't have anything on you, so I'm not even gonna ask you to do anything.
Yeah.
You get to go in. Who would be next?
Probably me.
You? Okay.
I'm sticking with Farha.
I assume you have nothing on you.
We'll be like towards the end.
Yeah.
So he lets you through. He looks at you and he's like, "You give off a weird sense, you know?"
Yeah, look what I can do.
And he just smiles. I can't tell. Are you a child?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, as far as Faye go, sure.
You seem different. Okay. Very fun. Yes, I really like those. That crown.
Yeah, let's go.
Go on. Go ahead. Go in. Yeah, you don't have anything on you, so I'm not going to do the check on you. That being said, Farha would be next. Now, you definitely have to be a child, right?
Oh yeah.
You look different. You very, you can almost belong with us. Well, anyway, let's give it a look. And you see him,
the reptile.
you see him like barely touching like your shoulders and like kind of at your hips just to like make sure. And give me another sleight of hand check.
Good.
19.
All right. Yep. He's like, yeah. Well, enjoy. Have fun. Be careful. And you get in. As you walk in, those of you with the disposition to magic lose your connection to any sort of magical ability.
Does this include bardic magic?
This just
So, like,
includes
my
like
cold I wouldn't have access to.
what?
Like the cold.
No, your race stuff is fine.
Oh, okay.
If it's based on your race, that is different. No, being able to use any sort of like magic,
Oh.
specifically like spell casting in any sort of capacity.
Okay. I was just wondering, like, divine as well. Like, how do the rules work for magic?
You don't feel a connection to your magic.
Okay.
Like,
You
just
know that
feel
like
scared
any
off.
sort of divine sort of intervention type stuff or things of that nature, that would be different, as a deity can decide to bestow you with something whenever. You may not feel a connection to them, you may not, but they can give you whatever, and you would assume wherever, but you don't really know.
So, like, my alchemist flasks are just empty now.
Do you want them to be
Well, they're my spellcasting focus, so the things that I do is using like them as tools to create the magic.
If you have stuff in them,
I don't.
then yeah, okay.
It manifests through magic.
Okay, yeah. Then yeah, they would
Okay.
be empty.
Cool.
The never empty container.
Yeah.
What about myself? Because I use both magic but also weapons.
Yeah. If you had a weapon, then you could hit with it.
It just
Your
wouldn't be
spellcasting
magical.
focus wouldn't work. The only things that would work are your racial traits.
Okay.
When you come down here, you also don't feel like the center of attention or anything, You just notice very instantly that your connection to the actual ability to use magic is just gone when you're down here.
Okay.
And you see you see and you hear, you see a lot of shadows in here as everyone's just kind of like wandering through, and you hear the just like kind of rhythmic footsteps of the whole group. And as you continue going, it becomes more in sync, as people typically do tend to step in sync with each other. And you're going for a decent ways. You actually walk for about 20, 25 minutes down. And as you do so, you notice the ground start to shift from more dirt and gravel to a much more keratin-like substance. Feet are more clacky here. They are. It is also a little more slippery here. Not that I'm having you roll for not falling on your ass or anything, but you do notice that quite obviously as you just hear this clack, 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 clack from all the walking. And you continue until you get to a point where there's a good puddle that starts to be there. And it gets deeper and deeper until you realize you're going to have to swim a little ways. And it is a continued tunnel.
Sorry, can you repeat that last part?
You get to a spot that is just like water.
Mm-hmm.
Like this tunnel is filled up with water a bit. And so you'll have to actually continue by swimming underneath. And you don't know exactly what lies ahead of you, but you know that it is still the tunnel. So you have to go from one end to the other.
And is it that big guy that patted us down? Is he with us?
Yeah, he's in front of you, and he'll be kind of like looking back, and speaking of which, he'll probably mention like, this isn't a long distance usually, but do hold your breath. Does anyone have difficulty swimming? And he'll kind of look at everyone. No difficulties. Okay.
No, I can't hold my breath for very long.
Fuck, I can't cast magic. Never mind.
Is this going to be an issue?
It shouldn't be. How long do you? I think about 30 to 45 seconds, depending on how quick.
That's nothing.
And you see him like lift his hands up, and his hands are very wet, super wet.
Oh, so for him, it's like...
Yeah, and he's like, look, you know what, this might actually help. Just, you wouldn't have it. One second, and he'll like bring his backpack down, and he'll tie some rope to his shell, and he'll just be like, grab onto the rope, I'll get you through. Just hold on tight. I'm pretty quick.
I just picture us going through the water and just hitting the rocks like it's gum, gum, gum.
Right? You're gonna take damage for being dragged across.
It's a deep tunnel right here. Yeah, it is actually deep enough that he fits, and you're able to just kind of trail behind fairly well. You may have to make a little bit of course corrections for yourselves being dragged, because yeah, it is pretty quick. So, but you hope that your guide would be, at least good enough to know what's behind him.
I'm gonna flatten my wings and use them as a rudder.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so yeah, you hold on. I'm assuming
Yeah, I do.
all except
Yeah.
for probably Hermit.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't need to.
You would just.
I think Zana wouldn't either.
Yeah,
Donna wouldn't either. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to too.
Okay, yeah, so he kind of approaches this little spot, and then we'll have you guys like sit down ahead of him, and he'll walk around you, and then he will just start going, and you just see every single stroke he takes, you guys gain like 20 feet. It's
Jeez.
crazy. And as he like throws water back, you feel it like pushing at you. It's really difficult to hold on. In
So
fact,
it's like holding on to a jet ski after you've fallen in, and they're like, "Let go," and you're like, "I am," and you're not. Does that ever happen, or is that just me?
I've never been on a jet ski.
skiing.
Oh God.
But I believe it would be very similar to that. Yeah. So yeah, anyone holding on, please make me some dexterity. Let's just do saving throws.
Okay.
They're probably better.
Does Farha still get advantage on that?
14.
That was a 20. But the 20's looking right at me.
16.
16. And Farha does get advantage on that.
Oh, I do. Okay. So 17. I was worried for 7.
Nice. Yeah, so you're able to hold on perfectly fine.
Do I need to make a concentration check?
No.
Okay.
You also do not get hit by anything. He's fairly good at. You know,
I just meant, like,
I'll make
'cause
sure.
In my
Yeah,
games, I do like environmental stuff will also trigger concentration checks if like, something significant is. It doesn't have to damage you, but I usually do that.
I don't think this would quite warrant it.
Cool.
You are just holding on to something and being swam through something
Awesome.
by a really cool big turtle. Anyway, you hold your breath. It starts to, you start to kind of exhale a little bit, and you start realizing like, okay, this is getting pretty close, and then you feel the loss of the speed and the momentum as he steps out of the water, and you all. Yep.
Oh my god.
Tastes fishy.
It would taste nasty.
You should
Did
yourself.
I notice anything
Yeah.
while we were swimming underneath? Like, was there any other tunnels, or was there anything else that was kind of down there?
As you were
Or just-
swimming, since you have dark vision, you would have noticed that the ground was moving. It
The ground was moving?
It was moving up and down and swaying left and right, very, very slightly, but you didn't notice like the entire ground was shifting down there. Which leads us into the next point. You come up, and you come up into a large amount of light, and realize you stand on top of Ku's head.
Oh, that's
He
fun.
has surfaced and is hanging out above water. You stand above him, and his shell does make this large, overhang above you.
I'm gonna ask the chief something if I may.
He isn't the chief, but he is your guide, your friend.
My guide.
Yeah.
Hi.
And I don't like taking this name, but it's so perfect and so fitting that it just has to be. We're gonna say that he is Kazut.
Kazut?
It's such a good name for a turtle, man.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you talk to Kazut.
Yeah. Kazut.
Gesundheit.
Yes.
Does Ku awaken often?
I think he's kind of always awake and always asleep. It's
Moving.
not too often. This will be the first time in 200 years or so.
Interesting. That's all I had for him.
Okay.
I was like, is this normal or no?
You do get the
It's not
sense. What?
I would say it's not normal.
No, it's not too normal for especially someone of your lifespan.
Yeah.
But you have no idea how old Kazoo would be, or any of the other turtles. There are turtles that look old.
Ancient.
Yeah, and they are far up ahead. they have already been kind of sitting, and you see that they are all almost floating. They're in this circle up right at like the very top of his head, of Ku's head. And you just assume, since you were the last ones through, you are it's already begun.
And so there are more people here?
There's a fuckload of turtles, yeah. It's just like all of his head is lined with them. And you notice like the back of the neck, it is ridged all the way up, almost like a, I don't know.
Like a dinosaur.
Like a dinosaur, yeah. So it actually like holds everyone in there. You like aren't at risk of like falling out.
Oh, good.
And it goes all the way up his head and all the way around. Big dog throwing bones right at Esty's feet.
No, you're not doing that again.
What's the scale of like Ku, like his head? What is
The neck is actually like a really long neck. It would remind you of like those snake turtles. You've probably seen them at like the zoo and stuff. But it's really fucking long. And it's actually pretty thick. It's about 50 feet across, all the way down, and then at the head, like where like the, I don't know, widest part would be, it would be about 70 feet across, and then it's just this long mouth and head. And you would be able to see it does have like those eyebrows that come out from some turtles, and it's like that same hard kind of carapace.
so maybe like a large house? The head.
Small convention center.
Small convention center.
It's huge. It's holding everyone in this village. It's very packed.
Las Cruces Convention Center or Albuquerque Convention Center?
I haven't been to the Albuquerque one, so let's just go Cruces.
Okay, that's really small.
But it's like also like pushed together and then shoved like out. So like imagine just all those people like lined up.
Okay.
Pretty much shoulder to shoulder, shell to belly.
Belly shell. Belly shell. Belly shell.
Wow. So what's the procedure here?
Yeah, who gets to talk to the turtle on the island?
Ku will speak to whomever he decides.
Oh, cool.
Zana, well, I guess this really wouldn't work because they're not here, but I was going to say, Zana, do you think you can speak to them?
Zana will definitely try to initiate a conversation, but we'll kind of do a retroactive conversation with Zana, talk just to see like what they themselves want to, talk to the Ku about. Yeah, so you start hearing from the very front, the very top of the head, where the elders would be. You see them start floating more, and you see them start spinning, and as they start spinning, you hear the remainder of the I don't know, inhabitants. They start to. You can't hear it from back here, but you do start to hear the chanting that starts to follow from the remainder of everyone. You assume the elders were chanting, and then once they start kind of levitating and spinning, once the spin starts, everyone is chanting, and you have this big thing going on. And Kazud will kind of nudge you and be like, "Do it, chant."
I don't know the mantra or hymn. Or...
It just sounds, so you can just kind of like copy the sounds.
Can I croak?
Woo. Ooga chaka, ooga chaka.
I'm gonna feel.
Let me see if there's a thing I can have you do. Let's just do performance checks.
Why does that sound familiar?
It's
Oh,
Far
Misty Mountain.
over the misty mountains cold.
19.
19, nice. Yeah, you're very much in sync. You're making the same sounds, not even like off. It's very repetitive, so you're able to just kind of like hear what they're doing and then just start doing it.
I got 14.
14.
Million.
Yeah, probably. No, not that. 17.
17. Okay.
Do I get to add proficiencies to mine?
If you're proficient in performance, I doubt you are.
I got an 8.
An 8. That's okay. The performance check is mainly just to figure out how long it takes you to become in sync.
Okay.
Can I be Lance?
Yes, you can be Lance.
Dad joke.
I call McCarthy.
Oh. Yeah, no, I was thinking of that earlier. I'm like, when he said in sync the first time, I was like, Backstreet's back. Oh, wait, that's not.
That's the wrong one.
Oh, yeah, but they are doing there it is. A tour. The Backstreet Boys are doing a tour.
Oh, they're coming through here again?
I don't know. But I saw an interview with a couple people from NSYNC, and they're like, should we also go on tour? Should we get the band
Oh,
back
no.
together?
No. Go away.
Back in sync.
God, could you imagine the two of them on tour together? Just throw in 98 Degrees, and they'll be able to sell tickets for like $4,000 a piece.
So you're all able to kind of get in sync really quickly. You do hear Farha just completely offbeat. Like, it takes her a while. She's like, I don't really want to do this. Like, doing that, like, she's a kid thing. Like, I don't fucking feel like this is stupid. And she's like, okay, fine, I'll fucking try. And it takes her forever, but eventually she does find the sounds. She does match the tune that's going on. And we'll say this goes on for about 10 minutes. Everyone doing this. And you start to see the elders get like this binding, this weird arcane style binding that starts wrapping around them and like holding them together. And it's this bright light that starts to kind of form. And it is dark. It's getting dark out here. It's, a little bit past sundown at this point. And so you have this almost large torch ahead of you. Spotlight almost.
Are we still disconnected from our magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you sit there for a little bit.
Is that-
And from the very front row of turtles, you hear a scream. Just above all of the chanting. Chanting does not stop, but you just hear this wailing. And then a thud as they hit the ground.
Multiple people hit the ground?
One.
Or
Just from
okay.
one. What, Chris?
I was gonna say multiple people or just the one?
Yeah, just the one. And you don't hear any other screams for a good while.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is inspiration magical? Bardic inspiration? No?
No, that's something that you touch someone's psyche with, like, your own, almost. I wouldn't say that's a arcane type of magic.
Okay.
It's your, like, ability to
The extra
perform.
stuff that comes along with it might be, but
Yeah.
the inspiration itself, okay.
Yeah, the ability to, like, give someone that, I don't know, almost like that courage or that, like, bolstered feeling. That's just, like, part of your personality.
When Farha gets on beat, I'm gonna place a hand on her shoulder and give her an approving look and a nod. And I'm going to inspire Farha. If you need to make an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can add d6. I think it's d6. It might be d4. D6.
Alright.
And so once you hear the thud, you just hear continued chanting. No change in rhythm, no change at all. You then, from the middle somewhere ahead of you, hear another scream. And then you hear footsteps. You hear them just running. And then you hear a splash in the water. And you lose any sound from them.
I'm gonna look over to Ko or Kizu that's kind of been leading us and see if he like makes any movements or if he's just kind of like staring out there.
He is doing the chant. He is staring straight at the elders. And he does not pay you any mind.
I will not be upset if anyone leaves. I'm gonna see this through.
Right there with you, Captain.
A few seconds
Yeah,
after
it
you
is.
hear... What? Farha?
I said we're all in it together.
A few seconds after you hear the splash, you see one individual get lifted up by that same arcane energy that the elders are wrapped in. And they start spinning in place. And chanting continues. I'll say since Hermit was looking at Kazut, he does notice Kazut. His eyes kind of look over to this person who's now floating, and then goes back to the elders.
Oh, the person floating is not an elder.
No,
Just a
no,
random.
it's someone about 3/4 of the way up, like forward from you.
Oh, shoot.
Starts floating and spinning.
It's like
This is what happened to the other two
exorcism.
people, kind of, right?
What?
This is what kind of happened to the other two people that we just heard screaming? Same type of deal?
it's like
Similar, except roll me an insight check.
Where the fuck is insight?
Towards the top.
No. Oh, it's toward the bottom. 19.
19. You assume that this would have happened to the other two
Okay.
if they were strong of will.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Should I let this thing out?
again.
He just is whining at me.
He's just attention seeking. He just wants attention.
Okay.
Oh, now it went back in.
Right ahead of you. Another scream. And you see this person just fall to the ground, onto their knees, looking up. And from here you hear a very I don't know, you feel like you, especially you, have heard this very recently. You hear him almost steam. And it's ridiculously dark here. So if you roll me a perception check at disadvantage, everyone can.
Yeah,
I would like to.
please.
Oh, fuck.
Hermit, yours is not at disadvantage.
6.
23.
23.
And I have dark vision.
Oh, you have dark vision? Okay.
26 if it's not at dis-
26.
I feel like it's kind of bullshit that I don't have dark vision.
You have enough.
Another 19.
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah.
Magic number.
I know, right?
Hermit and Seth, you see, with dark vision, it's just, shades of gray. But this is not gray. This is black coming out of their eyes and their mouths and their ears as they just fall.
Is it the plague?
If you watch, would you watch, like, see this continue?
Yeah. It doesn't bother me.
It becomes an empty shell as everything within is eaten, melted away.
Oh.
Does that sound familiar to you?
I didn't see anything.
I know, but sound. You heard this.
You heard the sound. It
the sizzle, but I don't see it, right? So
no.
I'm making my own.
I like it.
Connections, but
Now I need everyone here to make wisdom saving throws.
fuck me. Okay, rainbow, pearl, or new.
I'm worried for this dice. It's been rolling really like hit or miss.
Oh no,
Good or bad?
wisdom saving throw.
Okay, thank God.
I have negatives.
I know, that's why I was like asking that question in the beginning. I kind of felt like there was going to be a wisdom saving throw somewhere in here.
Okay. I don't want to do this.
I know.
Oh my god, a natural 20.
Oh, fuck
Hell
yeah.
So a 19.
Both of your buddies also got to save, Jim and Zana.
Sorry, guys, your character's dead while you're away. My bad.
24.
That's good. Farha?
And then you can use your inspiration if you feel like it's low.
Wisdom save, and you can use that d6, yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna need to do that. He's got a 9. Okay, so now I got 14.
What?
14.
14.
I got an 18.
18. The 14.
Do you have water boiling?
Fuck, I do.
Everyone succeeds.
Oh god.
Okay.
Jeez.
The 14, you get lifted into this sort of limbo phase where you, in your mind, are having this vision of yourself in a place that's completely white.
Reminds me of his.
One sec.
I heard that coming from out front, but...
It is a weird place. It's you don't see any like verticality or anything. You're just standing, and it's just field of white, extremely bright. And we're gonna leave you there for a minute.
Oh my god.
It's like it, I swear.
Now, to those who saved, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Not great.
19. Oh,
That is cocked.
18.
19.
Nice. What about you, Hermit?
Oh, 19. Yeah.
In all of your heads at the same time, you hear this voice that just completely penetrates your being. And it says to you, one thing you may ask.
Can we break while I think of the question?
And with that, we will take a break. We will be back at 45 after, 15 before. Think of your questions. Farha?
I'll just stand into the lights.
Yep. Be ready to Come back to the living if you can.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Give me a sec. I'm gonna get this game up for y'all to play. Play this game. I forgot that I restarted my computer.
Hey boy.
Troublemaking boy.
You sweet guy.
I swear I heard him out front and it freaked me out because, like, people walk around.
Remember when we used to like get thrown into the stream like that?
Yep. Is Jim trying to get in? Is there a way? I don't know how
It
you
says he's
know.
there. Oh, hold on. Okay. Let me just make sure he's not muted because I do that shit. Okay, not that one. Okay. There. Oh, but Jim is on the same spot as. Okay. Let me just.
So annoying trying to find the one thing.
Oh, no, I don't want to remove it. I just want to hide it. Okay. And now this, and then go in here, like that, and then I'm just gonna give me the logo, and I'm just gonna move it here, and then I'm just gonna make it small. Wow, that's small. Okay.
And we are back.
Oh yeah, we've been back. I'm sorry.
Who is super loud?
Sorry.
Oh hi.
Whoa!
Oh,
wow.
Jesus.
It's okay. Let me preemptively turn Jim down just a little bit.
All right. Let's start with Farha. Farha, you are in this sea of white light. And ahead of you, you see a almost mirror version of yourself. Made of this black tar that you have seen all over the island. That same rot. It's a mirror of yourself. And it approaches you. As it does so, you pull your dagger out, and it mirrors the same exact motion as it continues walking towards you. Your eyes are locked. What do you do?
So, do I have like movement in this light space?
One sec. Shars needs to turn you up.
Yeah.
Repeat that?
I said, so I have like full movement and consciousness in this white place?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said it mirrors me?
It pulls out a blade just the same way as you do. But otherwise, it is walking towards you.
Like attack, like aggressively?
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell it's like, you can almost see your emotions in it. It is coming at you. If you were to be lost with rage and wanting to kill the thing you're looking at, that is what it's doing.
Okay. So I'm going to try to attack it.
Okay? Roll to hit.
So 17.
17. Are you throwing a dagger? Are you...
Yes, I'm just gonna take one step back. I'm just gonna like plunk it at it
Okay.
like a ninja sword star.
It impales into it, and you see the dagger start to push out slowly until it explodes back out, and you see this spray of the rot. You weren't here, but last time you would have seen a very similar thing happen when you were someone was shooting into trees, and yeah, Ambrose is shooting a crossbow into a tree, and it would like spurt out the rot. That's what's happening, but as you're a good like 20 25 feet away, it doesn't get on you. You would have also noticed that it like stuck to his skin, and like he had to peel it away and cut around it to make sure that it didn't set in. So you know to avoid that happening.
Okay.
But yeah, you see this dagger puncture in, and it explodes back outwards, and it lands onto the ground. As it does so, you see a shadow on the ground. You see basically as if you're standing on a white floor, and you can see the dagger's shadow there.
Okay.
And when it lands, the rot actually, in a weird way, disappears from it, rather than trying to consume it or spread or stick. It does not in this place. And you see the figure in front of you kind of lean down and start breaking into a run at you. As it's running, you see its feet almost sticking to the ground, and it like, it's almost like you have gum on your shoe and it like peels away.
Like a tar, kind of like a sticky tar.
Yep.
Okay.
And it while it's going, it like flips the dagger into it like a more upright, it's coming out the bottom. Where's the camera? It's coming out like this way, and it's running at you like this. Make me an acrobatics check to dodge out of the way as it goes for a lunge.
Advantage.
You do have advantage.
Oh.
Graceful like a cat.
So I got
Hi.
15.
15. As it gets really close, you see the dagger come right next to you. You get a really close glimpse of it, and it is just a spike of this tar. And you manage to duck out of the way and avoid this thing from touching you at all. As you do so, you get another opportunity to strike. Roll to hit.
Okay. And do I get advantage on that as well?
No.
No. Okay. I got a 5.
5. Your strike misses, but you feel good about that. You're a little close to it to be risking any of this stuff getting on you.
Okay.
It's still kind of in the lunge phase, and it kind of falls over and rolls, and as it does, you see its spine kind of like leaving this goop as it rolls around and turns and continues its chase and runs at you. It's probably, as you kind of like, you also dodged out of the way, so you've gained some distance. You have an opportunity to throw your dagger.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and roll to throw. Again, keeping my space.
Do it.
And I got a 13 on that.
That'll hit.
Okay.
You throw. Roll me a d6.
D6. 5.
5. Perfect. It lands where your heart would be.
Okay.
And you see this thing just collapse and crumble. It like hardens into like an actual, like almost like a statue of you, and then it just crumbles away, and you're left in the white sea. And you feel your consciousness come back to you, and you're floating above the ground, surrounded by all these turtles. And you feel safe again. You feel fine. You've survived your encounter.
Okay.
It was a bit of a different one because it is not based on an AC system. It is quite specifically based on you cannot be touched by it. As most of the turtles here are not combatants in any way, they don't ever survive this. The only ones who would are the warriors. Everyone else can't beat the mirror image of themselves. Yeah, so you're now done. You do not get any voice in your head other than your own, feeling overwhelmed with holy fuckness. And kind of feeling like, okay, I'm alive. Fuck yeah.
I collect myself.
Yep. And you, while you're like in this spinning trance, you hit the ground. You just dropped. And you're back and stand up and do whatever. But we're going to skip ahead to, I don't know who. Let's skip ahead to Hermit.
Yeah.
Also, actually, without saying it aloud, can you all three text me your questions? You were told to ask one question.
You want us to text you?
Yes, text it to me. This will mitigate you being able to discuss with each other what question you're asking, as this is all in your minds. I will answer them aloud.
If you're gonna answer them aloud, I need to put my phone back on the charger as soon as I text you.
Okay, go ahead. Is Jim here?
I am here.
Ooh.
You also can text me a question. It was from the island, the turtle. I made a wisdom saving throw for you and a constitution saving throw for you, and you passed. So you basically heard this voice in your head tell you that you're allowed to ask it one question.
And one question only.
Yes. And so go ahead and text it to
You got
me.
anything?
Yes. You can ask it one question. You don't know what it knows.
Okay.
So send me a text and I will answer them all based on who sent them to me first.
Have I seen any other rabbit people on this island?
No.
It's literally just turtles.
It's all turtles.
There's no diversity.
There's no diversity on this island.
Wow. Boring.
Yes, it is very boring, it is very chill, and the only weirdness is these guys doing this.
I mean, this is pretty fucking weird.
This is very weird compared to, just like old turtle dude chilling and, smoking his smoke and making tea out of his nasty petri dish of a shell.
Yeah.
I've seen Stranger Things.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show.
Yeah, I liked it, I'm waiting on Jim.
Sorry. I asked my question, but then I thought of a better question. I'm just retyping it.
That's
No worries.
good.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's even better.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This is one of the only opportunities you'll get this whole campaign to just ask some random question. And It's one of the only ones that you get something like this.
Oh man.
I wouldn't say the whole campaign. I kind of got left in the dust.
I get divine intervention.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
He's gonna drop that right on you.
That's okay.
Oh god, yes.
Just, I'm barely holding on.
Last time I did this, he ran away with it because he was mad I was taking it. See, there he goes. What a goofball. I have made a big mistake.
Alright, there you go, Mark.
Okay.
I was gonna ask a basic question and be like, where are we going? Like, where are you heading? But then I was like, I don't care where he's heading. I want this person.
That's good because
Yeah, right.
I was trying to make it to where you would ask, like someone would ask the same question. That would have been the same question as someone. Ambrose, in your head and through your voice,
Oh, weird.
you hear the answer, I was created to assist this planet survive the Arrakis conquest.
Oh.
He said it. He said the thing. He said the thing.
Why am I not writing it down? In my notebook? What else does he say?
The second battle is nearly upon us.
Okay. Pencil! Oh god, there's a fucking pen in there. Okay. Assist.
Well, put the question. Otherwise, you're like, what?
Okay.
Oh, Mark.
Or like.
Oh, it's in the
text context.
The second battle's upon us.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, after this, I gotta tell you something exciting after we're done with this stream.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Through Seth's voice, you hear, we must rest upon the ley lines to mitigate the impending doom.
Rest upon the ley lines.
You don't want his handwriting there.
I'll take my time. It's taking me so long, right? Because I'm trying to write legibly. Ley?
Yeah.
To what? Mitigate the impending doom?
Yes.
Not prevent. Oh, shit.
Oh, good thinking.
So, I mean, there's no preventing it. Do I know what ley lines are?
I know what ley lines are.
I would say that he knows what ley lines are, and he also knows where a connection would be.
And you surely would know that I know that.
Okay.
Right?
I would assume so if you said that just now.
Did I hear that?
Yeah, no.
Oh, we're all like chilling in the same
It's literally
little
like
space.
your voice, like you're like he's answering through you.
Oh.
Did I hear anyone say anything interesting around me?
No.
Speaking of.
You wouldn't have.
Okay.
Not everyone can have the discussion. That's what the Constitution saving throw is for.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oops. Through Hermit. You simply hear the word Arrakis.
Arrakis. Okay.
Is that with an I? So does that with an I?
I don't know what his question was.
Yeah.
Jim, you don't say anything.
I don't say anything.
Nope.
Oh.
This question is not something it can answer
Dang.
because it is not materialistic, and it also cares nothing for
Fishing.
your question.
Dang. That's rough.
Sorry.
Wow. Doesn't even get a I don't care. Just like straight up ignore.
Yep.
Left you on red, bro.
Oh my god.
Dang. That's the last one not stand to have with that thing.
From behind you, you hear sizzling.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your friend Kezut. After surviving this multiple times, fails.
Oh.
Melts away. I forget, did you have Balthazar with you?
No.
He stayed behind. He was wasted.
Okay, yeah.
Wait.
Wait, no, he was with you, wasn't he?
I didn't think so.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
yeah, he
running with
was.
you.
In the
Yeah,
field.
I have to roll for him.
Oh shit. I know.
This is like really hard to see. 18. Natural 20.
Dude, he's amazing.
Dang.
I wasn't worried about him for a second. No, you gotta think of a question for Balthazar.
Yeah, it's a little difficult.
Come on, Balthazar.
Because he would have been standing behind as well, near Kezut. Which would have made him in the next, like, time frame.
Well, we are there now.
Yeah, I'm just...
Kezut is gone.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a joke, but I couldn't think of one. Kezut is kaput.
You hear from Balthazar. You hear his voice say, "We have chased Arrakis across the astral sea for thousands upon thousands of years. He has been taking over everywhere he can find, amassing power.
Wait, he's been what?
Taking over.
Taking over?
And amassing power.
Okay.
This place is nearly the end. The chanting continues for a few more minutes. The rotation of the elders slows, and they slowly get placed back upon the head of Ku. Chanting stops. You're left next to a humongous shell of what used to be Kezut.
Dude.
That's rough sauce.
I kind of heard that you tried to say something, Chris.
Sorry?
I heard you say something for a second. I didn't hear what you said, though.
I said R.I.P. Kezut.
R.I.P.
Now how are we going to get back? Inconvenient.
I mean, I'm sure everyone else around here has to go back too. Oh, but he pulled us.
Yes.
Can we just like go up and over?
No, it's like this big.
I mean, I could go up and over,
You could.
We might have to try.
or just hold your breath.
Balthazar just looks around and he's like, "That's all we needed, right? Just that's it. We're
I think so.
it was
Is
a
it
little,
still going on? Is there stuff happening still?
no. Everyone is like started to turn and kind of walk towards you as you're the last ones.
Okay.
So you're,
I want to check on Farha because she didn't say anything like all of us, so I want to check and make sure she's okay.
Aw, thank you for checking on me.
You're okay?
I'd like to punch Farha in the face.
Hey.
I was not expecting that.
What I meant to say was, I don't know what came over me. Must be the turtle or something.
Well, I'm just gonna ignore you, and I'm gonna say I was okay. I was just having a battle with myself, the strangest of nights.
Wow.
That was deep, kind of. Even though that's actually what happened, that sounded kind of deep.
Well, y'all didn't know that.
you didn't.
That's so funny.
So you won? I'm just gonna assume you won. You won that battle.
Yes.
All right. Great.
Zana, did you get what you came for?
More questions? Of course.
Good.
Okay.
I'm just like, did I miss something?
So tell me about these ley lines. Yes, you missed quite a bit, actually. Something about ley lines, Arrakis, and his devouring, conquesting,
We're all
That
gonna
doesn't
die.
and
Even
I
more
imagine
confused than ever.
We're like talking as we're walking back to like the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine Balthazar looks to you and is like, "Can we just jump over? You know, swim to the boat?"
We need our equipment.
Fuck.
Unless you want to give me a new crossbow.
I don't want to swim through that again. It just shit.
No.
Anyway, yeah, let's go.
All right.
I don't know. Roll me athletics checks to swim through without fucking drowning.
Oh, sweet.
I rolled a nat 20. My first roll.
There you go.
You
Yeah,
rolled a
19.
what?
I rolled a nat 20 my first roll. Plus
Nice. Get that out of the way.
19 on the die. I think that makes it 20 or 21.
Wait, what'd you get again, Farha?
19.
Okay, you're all
Also
good.
got a 19.
You're all fine then. Yeah, you swim through. You kind of knowing the way a little bit, knowing where the shell kind of comes down, goes concave, all that whatnot. You manage to get through, come to the end of the tunnel, and you see the not so familiar lanterns that are out here.
Man, I rolled a nat 20 at first roll. That means we're going to roll a nat 1 at the most, like the worst time.
Yep. That would have been the worst time. Well, you do have two people there that can swim underwater and breathe underwater, so you would have been fine, but it would have been embarrassing, that's for sure. You'd have had to been saved by Hermit.
I'm just gonna stare at
It'd
you.
be nice for somebody else to get saved for a change.
So yeah, you go out and not having Kezu to tell you what to do or anything, are kind of left wondering where your stuff is. How do you go about finding it?
Well, I'm gonna take lead, and I'm gonna just like tap one of the turtles once we're like back in the middle thingy. You're just gonna kind of tap one. Be like,
Yes.
So we're ready to go. I'd like to leave, and we need our stuff. Like they confiscated our weapons, and I don't want to be left with just this.
Oh,
So where do we get our weapons?
Go back through the tunnel where you came from.
No, I didn't. If you're okay.
Oh, yeah.
Go back through the tunnel where you came from, and you should be able to find one of the people outside. They'll see you.
Oh, fantastic.
Just kind of
that
try and call
tunnel,
out to them.
that one right there.
Not the one we just came through. No.
That one over there.
Yeah. Yes, the one that you entered.
Okay. There are just so many tunnels here.
Yes. Yes.
There are too many.
Is it a secret tunnel?
It's fairly secret, but you managed to find it. It appears. Did you enjoy the ritual?
Secret tunnel.
She says to you.
That would be a strange word for it.
I enjoyed what I got out of it. I also don't enjoy what I got out of it.
Me too.
Oh, what did you get out of it? How did you feel about it?
Well, I don't know if it liked my question.
Oh, what was your question? I might like it.
Awful charming.
Roll me a persuasion check. There's no way you beat this. As it was another natural 20.
Nat 20 shards.
13.
Oh, just stuff about where I should go and what I should do.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where are you going?
Nowhere.
What you gonna do?
Same thing I've been doing.
Which is?
I'm a cook.
Oh.
Kind of an apprentice.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Just learning.
Great. What's your favorite recipe?
I think my favorite recipe has... It's a bit of a strange one, but we obtain these sort of electric eels from the eastern village on occasion.
Oh. Well,
We don't get many of them.
No, you won't get any more anymore. Unfortunately.
Oh, why is that?
I've said too much. Let's get going. Bye now.
Oh. Bye.
I
Bye.
love Shars, man. He plays that character so well.
This way, lads.
Too much.
And back to the tunnel you go. this poor lady turtle.
Wait,
That's so funny.
One might say
I have one more thing I need to grab.
Tortled.
I go back to the merchant and be like, so which book is it? I gotta go.
Oh. We have to find my associate.
You were supposed to do that.
Yes, but you didn't meet me.
What am I doing right now?
Let's see if they find their associate. Starts looking around and just... Oh, there! And you see, she just runs out, grabs the, other turtle and runs back and is just like, I have managed to trade something very interesting. You get your choice of any of these books that this individual has.
Hey,
And they'll just kind of flip through the books as you hand them. Just gets the third one, hands you the rest. This one is perfect. I don't know much of this stuff. Yeah. Tell me what you want later.
enjoy. Nice doing business.
And I forgot what you were trading for.
It was the helmet. Oh, wait, was there something in addition?
I thought so. I thought you asked for
Something
something else.
magic? I don't know. There wasn't anything magic.
No, they didn't have anything
Mm.
magic.
No, it was just the helmet.
Okay.
Or the The mask.
Okay. Enjoy the mask. Oh. Take these as well. Reaches over and plops 2 things into the mask.
Gems.
They are not exactly gems. They're these weird pearls that light up. And is like, wait, take this off for just a second, and undoes the jaw and takes the jaw off, hands it to you, and then grabs the top part of the skull and starts kind of like finagling with it, takes it back to the shop, walks downstairs. You hear a little bit of noise coming from there. No like hard tools or anything, but comes back, puts it onto your head, affixes the jaw back onto it, and is like, now if you ever need it, you can just close your eyes and think light, I think. Try it.
I'm feather.
Like a visual light. And you notice that it's like this really weird sort of like almost like a UV light
Okay.
that kind of makes it real weird. It's a more of an ambiance type of light, but it's pretty cool. And it's like maybe that makes it a little more valuable. I feel like I can probably get a lot out of him for that book.
Well, thank you for the little bit extra. I think it's very nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If nothing else, those pearls are pretty valuable. You might be able to sell them.
Oh, yeah.
Trade them.
Yeah. Oh,
Use them in magic.
yeah.
Enjoy. I hope you have a good. I think you're leaving.
Thanks for the ritual.
Yeah, that wasn't me, but yeah. And you leave the shop. Head back through the tunnel of vines that was your entrance before. You were told to kind of flail about a little bit, so I assume you just do, and you like have your wings just go crazy.
Yeah.
And you see one of the turtles just kind of like pulls on this rope, and you see from the other side a box just starts swaying and swaying until it lands right in front of you guys. 1 second, comes down, walks over, unlocks the chest. Yeah, take your stuff. It's in there. It's the only
Right.
stuff.
Jump him. I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Bolts.
He says that. I like start grabbing my stuff and getting ready to jump him.
Kidding. I think that's all.
Just have a sad face, put my head down.
Ew. That was gross.
So, Mr. Navigator,
Yes.
how familiar are you with these ley lines and locations?
I could probably find some, but yeah, ley lines are lines of energy or something. I don't know what they are in your world.
They're lines of energy,
Okay.
lines of magic energy.
Yeah, they're lines of magic energy, and I imagine we could find some if we had the right tools.
Well, do you know were you to plot a course from where we are now to one in the direction where we're going? Would you be able to figure out which one the island is heading toward?
I don't know. Could we?
You might be able to.
I know. I was thinking with the compass, the sextant, but I'm not sure.
You would have to use it
Yeah.
and try it.
Yeah, we could try.
All right.
When you ask that out loud, though, Zana would say, Yeah, I think we might actually have maps showing all of them.
Hydrate.
Oh.
Thank you.
I don't have anything. Good reminder to hydrate.
We're awful. That's a dehydrator, guys.
We're awful dry.
Yep, lots of coffee here.
Dehydrate.
So if you'll remember your approach, if you're in front, just roll me a survival check so that. Oh, actually, wait up. You come out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
You get your stuff and you kind of start walking away. You'll remember it was just sundown, and you're seeing.
Shit, right, it's dark.
You're seeing on the exact same spot another sun up happening.
Is this normal?
It isn't exactly normal. It is normal as in, there are two suns, but it isn't quite normal to see them out of sync.
Does it ever happen? In my lifetime?
Roll me a history check.
Depends on
Ooh, that's good. That is that's probably 18.
18. I want you to also roll me a science check. Roll me a survival check as well. A nature check as well.
Good 10.
I mean, you wouldn't necessarily understand the science behind this, but you do know there are two stars. They are getting closer.
Getting closer to each other?
To the planet.
Oh. Well, what are the names of the stars?
You wouldn't know their true names.
What do people call
I don't have another name for them other than the true names.
them? Okay. Looks like Sol and Ra are having a feud.
I like it. Let's go with Sol and Ra.
Oh, I said solar.
Because I imagine, I would just think of them as, gods and that they're, a couple. I don't know.
I like it. Yeah, so you're coming into a sunup. It has been maybe an hour since you were down below. And you know that ritual did not last too long. Maybe another hour. Walking there and back took another hour. So in total you took about 3 hours and it's already sunup.
Weird. Harmit, what do you make of that?
Probably time doesn't travel the same as where we were from where we were.
Maybe that's why the turret was so alive.
I think we at least should take a small break and recoup some of our energy.
Oh, yeah, enhanced ability is long gone by now.
Long gone, yeah. So you walk. You remember you had to go around the rotting areas. How far do you think you go? And how far away from that rot would you go?
I think we would want to go far enough away, right, everyone?
Like a safe distance.
Yeah.
Okay. How far away would you estimate that to be?
I don't know, like maybe like a quarter mile.
Okay.
Maybe.
Quarter mile away, kind
We
of
could
wrapping
probably-
around the
Yeah.
whole circumference of it. It's not really a circle, but you know.
Yeah.
Okay. You find a nice little spot to take a rest. No crazy steam or anything happening. As you're going, you know that the rot would be to your right.
The what is? Oh, the rot is to the right.
The rotten trees and everything would be to your right.
So we're going north.
No, you're going south. South to your right. You're going this way. It would stay to your right the whole way.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're able to find a nice spot to go to sleep,
Okay.
chill out, talk amongst yourselves if you would like.
Wait, Mark, can you talk a little louder?
You can't hear me. You find a nice spot to
Kind of quiet.
you find a nice spot to take a rest. You know that the rotten trees are to your right as you're going south and then west. And you're about a quarter mile away from where you would expect it to be. So if you'd like, you can initiate a long rest.
And we just need to find the ship and figure out Are there any shanties that have spoken anything about Arrakis or the Far Realm or anything like that? The Abyssal. Is it the Abyssal?
Astral Sea.
Astral Sea.
The Astral Sea.
What languages do you know?
I know a couple. Let me double check. I don't know a lot, but I know a couple. Where are my languages?
You as well, Ambrose. Languages.
Oh, proficiencies in languages.
Where the hell's that? The beginning?
Oh. I know Common and Leonin.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I know Celestial, Common, Draconic, Thief, Cant, and Undercommon.
Holy shit. I know Common, Goblin, and Sylvan.
I know Common, Druidic, and Halfling.
Ambrose.
Oh shit.
Sylvan.
Goblin?
Goblin.
Goblin. Oh my god. Oh my goblin.
Oh my goblin. That
Oh
was the
my
random ass
glob.
one.
I would assume that also includes written language. Nice.
Yeah.
You would have seen writings. Do you remember that mini episode with the combined backstory of you two?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you
We're
went
in the
to
hub.
when you went to go destroy the orc camp,
Oh yeah.
you would have seen goblin scripts that wrote about Arrakis.
Cool.
Now roll me a history check to see if you could possibly remember that.
I mean, that's a tall order, honestly. No, I do not. I'm sure. 7.
Yeah. All you know is that you have seen something
Okay.
written in Goblin.
So the goblins knew about it. Do we remember where that was?
It was on the western coast. of one of the large land masses. You know that you stick to one of the large land masses and kind of go around it for the most part and don't really go too far outside of that.
Okay.
Um,
So in theory, we could probably go back there.
yeah.
So I think there's a couple of options for us. I think that it would be good to try to track down the goblin scriptures that talk about Arrakis. I think it also would be beneficial for us to continue with our plan to take Zana back to their lab, get some stuff, and surely if
And the
it's a
hippos.
and the hippos, yeah, take the hippos with us. Surely, if it's a research place, we'll probably find we might be able to do research there, maybe.
I have access to most of the libraries.
There you go.
Are goblins civilized?
You know there are civilized goblins. You know that they are also violent. And they're the smarts, whereas orcs and trolls and stuff like that are the brutes.
Okay.
So they're kind of the brains behind any sort of operation. You'll remember you went to an orc camp, but there would have been goblins there.
Okay. I was just wondering if it's like, if you see a goblin, is it kill on sight type of thing, or?
Not always.
Yeah.
But you can usually, you could usually tell based on their body language and especially the numbers they have. You know, 2 or 3 might be chill. If there's a group of them, they might actually pose a threat and try to be a threat. And you are awoken, by the way, to the sound of sizzling as the rot is spreading now. Towards your camp, you hear it about 300 meters away.
Oh.
Loud sizzling.
Everyone up, we gotta go.
Hurry, guys!
Pack up your shit and go.
Where are we going?
Away from that. Point at the rock. All that, away.
And you're noticing like this change happening really quickly.
Wow.
It's different than you would have expected. This almost makes you think as though it happens in like quickly in stages rather than, you know, the slow spread that you were thinking that was the only way that it kind of happens.
Huh.
So is it picking up like pace?
Yeah, it's almost like this is another stage in its you know, spreading, in which it just kind of moves quickly through.
All right. I'm packed up. Everyone else ready?
You stay ready.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh wait, we're so south, right?
Yeah, they're gonna curve south and then west.
Yeah. To the shore.
Yep.
To get to the boat.
Yep.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
You know that the crew is keeping the ship kind of in line with the island, so. And as you go, you are running far away, so you're, you know, running more in like a southeast-east direction right now, as you're really trying to wrap around and come out of this without being, you know, consumed. Which isn't too difficult. It's not like it's chasing you, but it does take you another extra 2 hours with this development. But you come to the shore, which is again that same kind of keratin that you were walking on before. This is just straight up shell. And you see to the right, it's just that like kind of mountain that takes over, that is the kind of nape of this, of Ku. But you're able to kind of walk down the west coast until you find the ship. At which point Balthazar kind of, come here, gets their attention. And the helmsman
Flails
will,
about.
yeah, the helmsman will kind of bring the ship a little closer, not knowing quite where they might bottom out. You still have to swim out, but once you get into the water, they drop the anchor, and you're able to just kind of take a leisurely swim. And you are on your new ship.
Yay! New ship!
So exciting.
So, Captain, have you thought of a name for it yet?
Get off my bag. Yeah, thank you.
Balthazar's retirement.
That's lame.
Balthazar's rage.
That's better.
Balthazar's fury.
Stars.
Eh.
But what do you think? What,
I mean, rage and fury are about the same thing. So, is there like a, what do they call them, a masthead or something or whatever on this ship?
it is just a long spike that comes out the front end.
Like a narwhal?
No, like a
Oh.
lance, but not a lance. It's just this large spike of wood.
Yeah, like a narwhal. A
Like
narwhal's
narwhal.
horn.
Yeah, kind of, but it isn't a narwhal. It isn't like your what was it, chimera?
Right.
It's not a decorative one. It is.
Is it an accident? Did we break it?
Mark's like, it's not a narwhal.
I want to call it the narwhal.
You can find one. You can try to find one. Affix it to the front.
I was just finding this. I just hear thinking of a name for the boat, or he tells the first name, and then your shores. Well, that's lame. Just out of nowhere.
Okay.
Oh. You gotta improve at names, Captain. You'll think of something.
You'll think of something.
Mm.
I mean,
Your first duty on the ship. Name the ship.
Name the ship.
Any of you, I don't care really. Just don't let Blutus do it. And if Blutus comes up with one better, then you go off the plane. He's dumb.
I wonder what Buddhist would name it.
Frank.
Pretty.
Pretty.
And as you
Frank.
as you walk the deck of this ship, you notice the bottom of the sails, like I don't know. There would be obviously one spot where the sails like come down, right? But there's another like horizontal pole coming from each of these masts at the bottom, wrapped in this feathery sort of sail. It's very weird for both of you.
I think that means we can fly. Because feathers. Feathers give you wings.
We're on a ship.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can fly. Why can't a ship fly?
I agree.
What?
Someone figure it out. It's weird.
think light. I'm a feather.
Anyway, you have your ship. You have something to discover on it.
Okay.
And you have multiple places you could go.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out where we're going first.
Yeah, we do.
As the sun completely has risen at this point, you notice, when you look outside and it's kind of more of a yellow light, like our sun is a yellow light, you've got a much more red light permeating everything.
Is it at night or is it morning?
I mean, there's no knowing what time it is at this point.
Red sky at night, sailor take the light. Red sky in the morning, sailor take warning.
You can take it that way for sure.
I mean, if we have two suns, it's always night and morning at the same time.
So delight in the warning, or warning of the delight.
I'll delight in the warning. Thanks. That'll be nice.
I want to find out, but from Zano what the rod is. But so I guess let's plan this out logically. How far to the lab?
I don't know where we are.
I wasn't asking you.
Oh.
I need the stars.
Oh,
Because it's moved.
fuck. It hasn't been
the turtle
night at
moved.
all yet, really.
No, not really. I don't know how else I would figure out where we are. Oh. August. Here we go. Hey.
Well, I guess we wait tonight.
Yeah, I don't know where we are in relation to anything because
Yeah.
the turtle's been moving.
You have no idea where you are.
Crap.
Also, with a very, very short amount of night that you had, you're unsure how often, like, if that's going to continue.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if you'll have night anymore.
Shit.
That's crazy.
You don't know what's going on.
Wait, what if we're like at one of the poles?
Fuck. That'd be crazy.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Well, I think for now we should probably go along with the island.
Yes.
And hope for another nighttime, then we can try to figure out where we are and figure out which is closer, the lab or that old orc camp.
Yes.
Revisit. We'll go to whichever's closest first.
Yes, because just in case we're never able to figure out where we are, we can always go to shore and collect water.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Let me take these. Hermit, what did you ask?
Wait, were you asking that too?
You.
I asked about who is causing these chaotic patterns in the world. I thought it was someone, but it turned out not to be them. My, what did you guys ask it?
Where we're going?
I was sworn to secrecy.
I asked it where how it came to be.
Everyone asks such a great question. I asked the most selfish question, I think.
I really want to know. What'd you ask?
I asked it if it knew where any armor or weapons I could get that would greatly improve my skills and self-worth.
Fair.
It
I
is.
wanted some like heavy armor that didn't feel like it was heavy, so I could still bounce around.
It is a
Like
fair
tank
question. It
That
is.
was a fair question.
Yeah.
It is sadly not one that would work. Like it wouldn't know. It wouldn't need it. It wouldn't. It would just throw that out of its fucking mind, you know, in one ear, out the other, 60 feet
I
away.
didn't know if they had like stumbled upon something at some point or something crazy.
Never know till you ask.
And then, Captain, did you ask who Arrakis was?
What did I answer?
Chased Arrakis around this astral sea for thousands and thousands of years. He's been taking over and amassing power. This place is nearly the end.
I asked what Arrakis was.
So you'd heard of Arrakis before? Oh no, because we
You
all
were
said it.
speaking, and
We all talked about Arrakis.
you all said
Yeah.
something about Arrakis, and I just wanted to know what it meant, what it was.
Did you guys know who Arrakis was beforehand?
No, did you?
No.
Oh,
No.
never heard of
Just
it.
learning about it.
I feel like there's still so much we don't know.
There's a lot we don't know.
Okay, well, so we can dissect some of this real quick. So,
Okay.
so with Seth,
Whoa, wait. Hermit's a frog. Be careful with the words you use. Dissect's kind of a harsh word.
Look at him like.
that was very sensitive of me. I'm sorry. So the turtle is named Ku. Unless I co. Ku.
Yeah.
Ku. Ku is staying on the ley lines in order to mitigate the impending doom. Impending what? What's impending?
Oh, I didn't finish
The
this.
impending shit show.
The impending.
That's kind of what it seemed like. Is that they were wanting to
I think I said
stop.
doom
Okay, doom / shit show.
/ destruction.
Yeah, /
Destruction, maybe it was.
And you made a great point about it being impending. I mean, mitigate and not prevent. I asked how Ku came to be, and he told me that he was to assist the world in the Arrakis conquest, and that the second battle is upon us.
He was created.
Created to-
created that motherfucker.
Something created it.
to assist the world in the Arrakis conquest.
Oh man, we should have asked who created it.
Well, we could because we didn't know.
We had to ask the questions first.
Right. And we know that Arrakis is causing all the weirdness in the world. That was your question, Hermit?
Yes.
All right, so and Balthazar, someone, I guess, chased Arrakis across the astral sea for thousands and thousands of years.
He quite specifically did say we.
We chased Arrakis, so okay, we can put together that Ku is in league with others. Ku was created by someone in order to assist the world in the Arrakis conquest. However, Arrakis are responsible for all the weirdness here, so does that make Ku evil?
Who?
Yeah. If he was created to assist the world in the Arrakis conquest, is that assisting in the conquest that Arrakis is doing, or assist the world against the Arrakis conquest?
That's a good point. However, the word choice of other stuff made it seem like the connotation was negative when viewing Arrakis.
Right. Arrakis seems bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Assist the world. Mitigate the impending destruction or doom. I mean,
Well, that could be the second battle that is upon us. And all of this rising as the power that's being amassed.
I guess things we gotta look up is Ku, Arrakis. Fuck, I forgot to get a better look at Kizu.
He was a turtle. If that helps.
No, like post turtle form.
Oh, he was just a shell, right?
Yeah.
Just a shell. So he melted away like the tar that we've been experiencing, right?
Quick retcon. Roll me a perception check for that.
Okay.
You can roll me one at advantage. Hermit can roll me one at advantage.
26.
So 25?
10.
Okay, 26 and 25. I mean, I'm going to assume you just relay this to everyone anyway. You saw, just the same as like before with the other person, you saw the eyes kind of melt out and like turn into that tar. Ears, nose, everything just kind of like bleeding that tar. And it kind of just melted him away entirely. And as soon as it touched Ku, as you're on its neck, sorry, as soon as it touched Ku, it didn't penetrate or touch, or like it didn't even really touch. It basically just went away right there. That's why there wasn't like a puddle of tar.
I think
I
Ku's
think Ku's-
creating the tar.
I think Ku's evil.
Well, we need to know what Zana asked and what they found out.
Yeah.
And with that statement, someone please ask Zavi what they would have asked as Zana to Ku. Kind of fill them in on this so that they can, text me over a question, and then I will respond. I will send the answer in the group chat. Similarly to everything else, and yeah, try and think of what you guys want to do for your destination. And
I guess that depends on Zana's question and answer.
And where we are.
Yeah.
and where you are. Yep. But you haven't explored this ship at all, so you may have something.
We
here
we
to
do
help.
need to like scour it for bugs and shit.
Yeah.
Fan out.
Yeah, look at what weapons are available. If we even have supplies for food.
Yeah.
Do we have food and water and drink on this hunk of metal?
We can just close our eyes and hope for the best.
I like that approach.
Dragon Ball Z.
So, yeah, with Zana's question, we will be able to move forward a little. And next time we will be on the open ocean, finding our next location. Hopefully, not sure how long it'll take, but
Sweet.
let's figure that out. And hope you guys had fun today.
I did.
I definitely did. Enjoyed
I
getting to
enjoyed the
reveal.
little bit of it I got to be here for. So
Yeah, when are you gonna be done with your stuff?
I got 2 more weekends and I'm done.
Sweet.
Nice.
I got actually, 2 more weekends. I thought it was only gonna be 2 more weekends. I'll
Cool.
be done.
And with that being said, everyone, have a good one.
Bye. See you in paradise.
Bye.
See you next